How's it going, everybody? It's your boy. And today, I thought I might as well take a look at quite possibly one of the most just the apex of our species, the ultimate form of stupidity, the fully, amazing form of de-evolution. I understand that this isn't really a new video. I'm pretty sure there have been like 500 other YouTube channels that probably already made fun of this before, but I ended up coming across this thing on my recommended, and I don't know, it just looked way too good for me not to make fun of it. So of course, allow me to just simply, describe something to you. You know how, like, sometimes in beaches, or, like, over on the pool or something like that, there's usually these kinds of people that are usually looking out for everybody, trying to make sure that nobody drowns, because I'm pretty sure that nobody actually wants to drown, but on certain pools, or maybe even on a lake or something like that, those kinds of people just don't really exist. They aren't really there, and everyone is just kind of looking out for either each other or themselves. And of course, this woman right here apparently was so absolutely delusional to the point where she actually thought that I'm not making this up when I say this, but she legitimately decided to sue someone for saving her life from her drowning. I wish I could make this up, but unfortunately it's a thing. So I thought I might as well take a look at it and make fun of it with you guys, so without further ado, sit back, relax, grab some popcorn, and let's get ready to get a headache.
A few weeks ago, I almost drowned. I was at this lake having my first swim of the summer. There is this, jumping platform thingy that everybody was jumping off, so I thought, what the hell, I might as well try it too. It looked like fun. Apparently, I hit my head on the way down, and I was knocked unconscious.
Well, judging by the fact that you genuinely think that suing someone for saving your life is actually a good idea, I'm assuming you probably hit your head a couple of times before this, and definitely quite a few times afterwards. Probably with a rusty hammer.
I woke up lying on my back up on the platform, with a whole bunch of people standing around me, and this weird 40-year-old guy, pressing down on my chest. At first I had no idea what was going on, but then the man who had revived me told me that I had been underwater for almost 2 minutes. He said that he had been lucky to get a hold of me down there.
I'm assuming that you more than likely took this entire thing, twisted it around, and went like, oh yeah, he probably thought he was very lucky to find me and just suddenly diddle me underwater. Like, really? Are you kidding me with this one? Like, he was pressing down on your chest because of the fact that there's something called CPR. Maybe you should try and look it up or something like that. There's two different forms. There's one where you basically put your lips onto another person while pressing down on their chest, and then there's another one where I just simply call it the non-invasive form, where you're just simply pumping onto their chest, and I'm assuming that's what he was doing to you, just trying to, perform basic CPR onto you and trying to make sure that you don't, die. Obviously, this video is definitely going to be taking the world's largest left.
A small part of me was happy to be alive, but the rest of me was screaming inside.
Really? You're gonna act like that? You're gonna go like, oh, the rest of me was screaming inside because of the fact that this man was touching me in a place that I felt a little bit uncomfortable with. But of course, with you think that him just trying to save your sorry is apparently a form of just, rape, I guess? Because you're screaming, I understand it. I understand that you probably feel uncomfortable with him, touching your tits or anything like that. I mean, I'm pretty sure if I was in your case, I'd probably feel just a tiny bit uncomfortable. But I wouldn't go to the lengths of suing him because of it.
I can't believe he just felt that he had the right to just grab me under the water while I was knocked unconscious.
Well, what the hell else was he supposed to do? Ask the unconscious person if they're okay with him, removing them from the water in order to save them from not drowning? I think I'm just gonna do that next time. I'm just gonna go like, hey, you over there that's currently drowning while unconscious, are you okay with me pulling you out of the water? I'm just gonna simply assume that, you being literally passed out and being in silence means that you're perfectly okay with me trying to save you or something.
I wasn't able to consent. He thought it was perfectly okay to just grab my body and pull me in whatever direction that he pleased.
What? What is your thought process here? Are you kidding me with this? What? Are you high? Are you high or something? I'm really wondering if you're, like, high or something, because there's no way that a rational human being would go, like, you know, after someone decided to save them from drowning, would be like, I wasn't able to consent to him pulling me out of the water and trying to save my life. I don't really think that I would be asking for any kind of consent for someone to save my life. If like, you know, if I was in mortal danger or anything like that and someone decided to save me, and, I don't know, maybe they touched me in a place accidentally, or, you know, whatever, in a place that I didn't feel okay with, I would probably more focus on the fact that they decided to save me instead of them accidentally touching a place that I wasn't okay with.
He possessed my body, and he grabbed my waist and pulled me around down there like it was his right, like he wanted to have sex with me down there in the water. Aquatic sex.
Called it. Of course, she's just gonna, you know, pull the hardest, like, hard right humanly possible, just, like, veering right off of the cliff, just basically causing a 5-car pileup down below, okay? That's kind of what just happened right here. She went from just, you know, him kind of moving her around and her feeling a bit uncomfortable, to automatically jumping to the conclusion of this man wanting to try and screw her underwater because, I don't know, he just moved her out of the water and saved her from drowning? What?
He raped me. So now, I'm suing him for rape for what he did to me.
Ah yes, because usually the common solution to someone, you know, just saving you or something like that, obviously that's totally a justification for you to literally say, hey, guess what, I'm gonna sue you for raping me even though I more than likely don't even know the actual definition of it. Hold on, let me actually look up the definition of rape here, so that way I can, you know, get some education in there. Alright, let's see here. Alright, here's the definition right here. The crime typically committed by a man of forcing another person to have sexual intercourse with the offender against their will. Like, that is basically the definition of rape. So clearly she did not do any kind of actual research at all, which, in my opinion, really isn't that much of a surprise.
He raped me. He put his hands on me without my consent, and by definition, that is rape.
I'm just gonna simply put up, you know, the screen cap of the definition that I pulled up earlier, so that way we can all be clear that what she claims is rape really isn't.
I know a lot of you misogynists are gonna be like, murder, he saved your life, you should be grateful. And yeah, I mean, it was a nice thing to do, saving my life and all, but he still raped me.
It's not misogyny for people to tell you that he, you know, saved your life and, you know, only just, I guess, touched you in an uncomfortable position or whatever. It's not misogyny, it's just common bloody sense.
If I, as a woman, feel that I have been raped, I've been raped. End of discussion.
Not really end of discussion, because again, if we lived in that kind of society, again, we would be living in complete anarchy. I feel like that this man right here murdered me just by simply looking at me in the wrong direction, so I'm gonna be suing him for murdering me. That's the kind of logic that you're jumping to here.
When I told Jim, that's the guy's name, that I was suing him for rape, he broke down. He cried and cried because he was thinking about what his family was going to have to go through. It was really empowering to see him become a total wreck.
It was empowering for you to literally cause someone to break down, thinking about someone else other than themselves. Like, you literally told this man, hey, guess what, I'm gonna sue you for actually saving my life. He breaks down and you feel empowered? Are you kidding me with this? That's a kind of, you know, ideology that Pastor Steven Anderson over there in whatever Baptist church that he lives in used to try and justify the Orlando shooting a couple years back. And I know that pulling that up is probably going to make some people feel just a little bit, you know, off-put, but when your, you know, thought process starts to line up with a really, really homophobic person, then maybe you have a lot more problems than, you know, just simply you being a complete and total idiot with a haircut of that of a soccer mom that complains to the manager of the local Publix every single day.
It's gonna be pretty sweet to see him behind bars for what he did to me. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to win because my dad, he hired like a really good lawyer.
And I guess this entire family is just dysfunctional, just completely and totally delusional, just like her. Like, she literally called up her dad and went like, hey, yeah, this man, you know, decided to save me and I want to sue him for rape. And of course, told him this entire story. The dad was just gonna be like, yeah, that makes perfect sense. You know, he just, you know, kind of pulled you out of the water, saved your life, maybe touched your breast because, you know, that's what you kind of have to do in order to perform CPR, yeah, you have a pretty solid case. I'm just going to call up our local lawyer here and see if you actually have a solid case here. In conclusion today, if someone decides to save you from drowning, it's perfectly fine for you to sue them as long as they touch you just, you know, in a place that you don't feel comfortable with, either accidentally or on purpose in order to save you. So yeah, anyways guys, if you guys enjoyed today's video, please consider leaving a like. That's very well appreciated. Leave a comment down below on what you want me to talk about next, because I'm always open to, you know, recommendations for videos. And on top of that, of course, on top of that, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. That's very, very well appreciated. I make videos such as this, as well as possibly gaming videos sometime in the future, I don't really know. But yeah, that's it for today's video. Just do what I usually tell you to do, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, see ya.